This is the Vita3G SD card extender. It is a simpler, modular SD card extender that allows you to replace the SIM card reader and lets you access the internal SD card via the SIM card slot. The intent for this was to create something that's cheaper overall while retaining the full function and having no compromises. I do know there are Flex PCBs extenders in the market, but I also feel like having alternatives is good. Not to mention the Flex PCB is more expensive for the customer and is overall more expensive to manufacture. Plus, I didn't like the idea that in the event the Flex PCB ever ripped, you'd have to get a new one. I thought of several designs. The first was going to be what I called a version 2.0 for my Vita3G SD storage expansion card. Two problems arose from this. It wasn't physically possible to close the shell with this installed because of the long part of the PCB, and having sold the version 1.3 boards previously, it would alienate my current customers not having a way to extend their SD card in the same way. The second was something similar, a long PCB intended to insert itself into the SD card slot and extend to the SIM tray. While good in concept, it had the same issues as the version 2.0, where it hit the shell where the battery holder was, along with not physically fitting right above the SD card slot of the SD storage card. I also had a third design in mind. The SD slot of my storage card was originally going to be on the lower left so that it would only be a straight shot to the SIM tray to make an extender, but I knew that if I did that, I'd not only alienate the current customers I had sold the card to, but also would create a niche card extender that wouldn't be good for everyone but just one card model. And so, I opted for a universal modular design consisting of three pieces: a card slot board that sits on top of the SIM card reader caddy, a standard flex cable, and the part that slots into the storage card. Installation is simple. First, you'll need to remove the SIM card reader if you haven't already. It is held by a screw and has a flex ribbon attached to it. First, carefully lift the tab of the ribbon connector and gently pull the flex cable out. At this point, you can either fully remove the flex cable from the other end or tuck it away if you don't want to lose it. Remove the screw holding down the board and lift the SIM card reader from the caddy. Assemble each side of the card extender by pulling the tabs and the ribbon connectors, sliding in the ribbon, and then pushing the tab in to secure the cable. Make sure the flex cable's blue tab is facing up on both ends. Next, slide the SD card side into your storage card and make sure to push it all the way down. Then take the other end and place it on the SIM card reader's caddy. Take the screw that held the SIM card reader down and screw the board down the same way. After this, you can now close up your Vita. Slide open the SIM card tab on the side of the Vita and push in the SD card you were using. And that's it. You no longer need to open your Vita to swap cards. For my test, the card reader works at full speed, even for my new storage board that can transfer faster from internal storage, among other things. Also note, this card works on all storage card models, whether you're using my 1.3 board, my newer 3.2 board, or even a PSVSD. I'm currently searching for a solution for people who, for whatever reason, don't have a SIM card caddy, and maybe I'll think of a 3D print design or something. I don't know yet. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one.